So today when this video releases, it'll be the 31st of December 2020, the final day of probably the worst year in many people's lives, after the whole pandemic situation. But today, or this day if you're watching this video sometime in the future, is the day Adobe ends support for Flash, once one of the biggest parts of the internet back in the early 2000s. The platform once powered almost all websites across the internet, as well as many interactive internet applications like games, which most of you probably know Flash from, like the Henry Stickmin series, Alien Humid, Crush the Castle, Riddle School, Club Penguin, and many, many more. But if you're watching this video and wondering, what is Flash, let's go over a brief history of it. Flash originally began its life back in 1996 as an internet animation tool known as Macromedia Flash, which was a piece of software web developers could use to, animate things on web pages, instead of having those compressed GIFs back in the early days of the internet. Soon being pre-installed onto many popular browsers back in the 90s like Internet Explorer and Netscape. Flash was originally so popular due to it being so easy to use, had fast loading times, and the Flash file sizes were relatively small, which made it very ideal back in the days of dial-up internet, because we all know how slow that was, compared to today's internet speeds. Over the years, Flash continued to grow and become more capable with the introduction of ActionScript, which allowed Flash to be used in more interactive content, which soon saw the rise in many Flash-based websites like CoolMath Games, Miniclip, and Newgrounds, although Newgrounds was pretty much its own unique thing compared to the other two, as well as many big websites like YouTube back in its early years, as it was so easy to stream content through. Its big advantage was that Flash content could be hosted on websites and accessed by many people around the world, so if you're at home, away, or even in school and had access to a computer with Flash-supported browser, and an internet connection of course, you could experience Flash content. Eventually the platform was acquired by Adobe in 2005, and became Adobe Flash Player, which you all know it as today. As Flash was rapidly becoming a major piece of the internet, its flaws started to appear. In 2007 when Apple introduced the iPhone, which changed the mobile phone industry forever, although one major thing about the iPhone was that it didn't support Flash, and never has to this day, due to Apple not liking how the platform was so close to Adobe, unlike its more open alternatives like CSS and HTML5, as well as criticizing Flash's major security issues, which then Apple CEO Steve Jobs wrote a whole letter about. Over the next few years, Flash's downfall started to begin. Many websites noticed the major security flaws of Flash and switched to its more robust alternatives like HTML5. Many indie game developers which started with Flash started to move away from it and develop standalone titles, with major success like The Behemoth and recently with Innislaw's Among Us. Going into the early 2010s, Flash became rarer and rarer to be seen on the internet, as, developers just saw the major security vulnerabilities of it, and already made the transitions to its better alternatives like HTML5, which YouTube did and still uses to this day. Even its own developer Adobe was trying to move away from Flash as well, and eventually announced its plans to end support for it in 2017, with the concrete date of its end of life being December 31st, 2020, with all major browsers like Chrome, Firefox and Microsoft Edge removing Flash, as well as Microsoft even planning to remove Flash from Windows 10 as a whole in 2021. So with that being said, what killed Flash and what can we do to preserve many Flash creations? Well, to answer that first question, many just plain better, more secure web standards became available, which are all better than Flash in pretty much every way, as well as many quite frequent security vulnerabilities popping up with Flash, which is why Flash's downfall pretty much happened very fast, as well developers are just trying to move away from it as fast as possible, which I don't blame them for. So you may be asking, what can we do to preserve Flash games and Flash content? Well, thankfully there are three main ways to preserve Flash content, which were highlighted by YouTuber 2 Left Thumbs, which I definitely recommend you check out his Flash video as well. So no matter if it's games, video, animations, or pretty much just anything Flash, most content has already been preserved anyway in advance to Flash's end of life. The first way is through conversion, allowing Flash content like videos and interactive pages to be converted to new formats, with the most popular Flash converter being Swivel. Although most websites have already converted their content from Flash or just pretty much removed or remade it. Most Flash websites like Newgrounds, however, have already converted most of their content to HTML5, so you don't have to worry about losing any content. The second major way and most popular way with games is emulation. From the same developers with Swivel comes Ruffle, which from what you can probably guess is a Flash emulator, which allows many Flash content hosting websites like Newgrounds to continue hosting Flash content on their servers through emulating the games on the server to be streamed through HTML5 or whatever desired platform directly to you, mostly removing all those flaws and security vulnerabilities, so you can continue to enjoy Flash games without the need of running it on your main computer, or just anything. You can even run Flash content on your phone as it's being streamed from the host machine, so you or the developer doesn't really need to do anything. Ruffle, of course, can also be run natively on your computer, as well streaming hasn't really been implemented on many websites as of yet. Ruffalo is still in an early build, and has many issues as you expect, but give it some time and it will continue to be updated and rolled out onto more websites, making it even better than it is now. The third major way is through collection, by many different softwares like Flashpoint, OpenFlash and Lightspark, allowing you to archive Flash games onto your system and allow you to continue playing them, as well as other Flash content like videos also being supported. So far, almost 60,000 games have been archived and saved from Flash's end of life, allowing them to be preserved offline. So if you're worried that your favourite Flash content hasn't been saved, rest assured it most likely has been saved and preserved through either one of these ways. Think about how much content has been preserved over the past 3 years, and if worst comes to worst, I guess you could still run Flash manually and continue to enjoy Flash content that way, although you're faced with many security issues and eventually compatibility will become an issue. But like I said before, most Flash content has already been preserved, so don't worry about that too much. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say regarding Flash's end of life, and as of releasing this video, it is Flash's official end of life. I guess all I can say is, well, thank you to all the Flash developers who allowed us to enjoy all the Flash content over the years, and thank you to everyone who helped preserve Flash content, so we continue to enjoy it. And as this part of the internet comes to an end, Flash will forever be a part of internet and computing history. Well, if you've managed to make it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help me a lot. Sharing the video online helps a lot too. Be sure to check out my Twitter and Instagram, as well as checking out my Discord server too. Links to all are in the description. What memories do you have with Flash? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.